Well, I kept saying yesterday that part of my low is the fact that it's been raining a stupid amount lately. And yesterday we got more of the same. Oh boy, man. Seriously, I find it really silly that we're technically in late August right now, and I have to wear a jacket, not because I'm cold, but because I don't want to get all soaking wet from the rain. Surprisingly, though, right now it's actually not raining out. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's not raining out right now, so that's good. Um, my high yesterday was, I got to see my dad, and I talked to my mom again last night. Today she's going to be watching my nephew, so that should be fun. And my act of kindness was that I ran a couple of errands for my grandmother. That's always really nice because, I love my grandmother. And yeah, right now I'm just awaiting Friday to get started so we can get on with the weekend. Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. So, yesterday, Sean Evans of Hot Ones did the season 15 questionnaire, which, now that I think about it, I don't think there was a questionnaire after season 14. So, even though I was mad that, we didn't really get much of a heads up as to when season 15 was going to end, I guess I can count my blessings that at least we got the Q&A to go along with that end. So, that's nice. And some of the questions that were asked were pretty informative. One question, though, that really sticks out is, talking about the wall of shame and, what happened to it, are they going to bring it back and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait, they actually took that down? Sorry, just so few people actually don't finish and therefore get onto the wall of shame that I barely noticed it was gone. Like, I didn't even notice it was gone. Not even a little bit. But apparently, they got rid of it because a lot of fans of the show were like, oh, we want the wall of shame. Someone didn't finish, this wing, so, wall of shame. Huh. Excuse me. I tried to say that and yawn at the same time. That wasn't cool. Speaking of not cool, hot, you get it? So I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, looks like they're going to be bringing back the wall of shame. But if it starts getting weird in the comment section again, take it down. Well, if it does get weird in the comment section, Sean Evans and the good people over at First We Feast, if it does get weird in the comment section over the wall of shame, know that none of those comments are going to be coming from me. Okay? To be honest, if a person legit taps out, then yeah, they'd be on the wall of shame. But if they only take a couple bites of a wing when it's too hot to eat, that's putting some effort into it. That's fine. Again, I'm not going to be one of those weird people that ruins it for everybody. There's going to be enough people on the internet who do that anyway, so why would I be one of them? Let's see, what was another question? He talked about his favorite episodes for this season so far. He talked about, because believe it or not, in case you don't know, a good amount of the Hot Ones guests that have been on the show have written books. And Sean Evans has read some of them, so we talked about some of that. I thought that was really interesting. Let's see. And speaking of the wall of shame, Sean Evans has even pointed out, Lil Yachty and Ricky Gervais, two guys who are on the wall of shame, those are some of his standout favorite. Those are some of Sean Evans' favorite episodes. So, again, who am I to question the logic of the host of the show? So, the wall of shame, if it's there, great. If it's not, I don't really care. Although, now that it's back, I can assure you, I'm not going to ruin it for everybody else. Not that I did that in the first place, but you get the idea. I think one of the final questions that was asked was about, because let's be real here, Hot Ones more often than not nowadays features more legit celebrities than YouTube stars or YouTubers. And Sean Evans addressed that, like, they get whoever they get. I mean, another question that was asked earlier was there any, like, guests that Sean Evans did want, but due to what the cast and crew wanted, like, they said no. And really, it's sort of like, drawing of a hat or something like that, where it's like, if it's a majority vote, then it happens or doesn't happen, depending on what specifically they're voting for or something. So, again, let's say for a crazy, wild hypothetical example, Sean Evans wanted me on Hot Ones. I said it was crazy hypothetical. Anyway, let's say Sean Evans wanted me on Hot Ones. And, like, the crew puts it to, like, some sort of, like, a vote, and 2/3 wins the vote. If 2/3 of the people of Hot Ones, don't want me, that's fine. That's just how it works. And I'm not going to question that logic, because it was technically a fair, just, due process. And I can't argue with that. However, that's not to say be a YouTuber celebrity that you want to see won't ever be on there one day. It'll happen. In fact, near the end of the Q&A, Sean Evans talked about how, maybe going forward we'll feature more YouTubers and maybe even be YouTuber heavy, which, maybe your boy could be on there, if it ever happens, it happens. If not, oh well. Here's the thing, I do hope it does happen. Sean Evans did once hint at the fact that if the showrunner, Chris Schoenberger, were to be a guest on Hot Ones, that would be the series finale. So, if I'm ever on, I hope it's before then, please. Anyway. Actually, speaking of, I mentioned yesterday how I wanted to see, actually, did I mention how I wanted to see Andrew Zimmer on Hot Ones at some point? Well, he's the other one I want to see on Hot Ones. I want to see Andrew Zimmer. He's even talked about how he wants to be on there. He loves hot sauce. He'd make for a great finale to a season, actually. Or an opener. He'd definitely be like one of those milestone important episodes, I think. Or maybe one of the holiday episodes like Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, Hot Ones actually goes really big on Thanksgiving. They've had like Rachel Ray, Brad Leone from Bon Appetit, Blake Griffin back when he was on the Clippers. Now he's one of the New York Nets. So Thanksgiving, they actually take it up a notch. Like, they go the extra mile for entertainment. And that's awesome. Let's see. I guess if I ever was, and how would I go about doing that too? Like, do they pay for my plane ticket out or something? I don't know. How would that? I'm getting caught up in a fantasy that is largely probably never going to happen. Let's talk about something that has been going on lately. I'm totally not Mark. A YouTuber I have been watching who I've talked about in the past. He went back to talking about the original Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Z. This is back when Goku was a little boy. And I remember watching the original Dragon Ball back when Toonami aired it. And hearing it from the perspective of someone like Totally Not Mark really gives me some perspective. I'm like, well, first of all, I really got to pay attention to the characteristics of a story, more importantly. And here's the thing. Yesterday he talked about the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi tournament. Oh, sorry. Budokai Tenkaichi is basically world's martial arts tournament, or world martial arts tournament in English. So Budokai Tenkaichi and World Martial Arts Tournament will be used interchangeably, right? Anyway, I remember watching that in Dragon Ball. So when Dragon Ball first begins, it starts with the 21st. And Goku barely loses to Jackie Chun, who was his master Roshi in disguise. So it only makes sense, like, the 22nd one, Goku wins, right? And I will never forget how angry I was when he didn't. Due to a technicality, too. Because if any of you guys remember, like, Tien Shinhan, like, uses his tri-beam to, like, destroy the ring, but Goku jumps up, like, way high in the air, and Tien Shinhan is, like, able to fly, or, like, skydance or something like that. So Goku is able to, like, use his Kamehameha to, like, blast his way towards Tien, like, lay a blow, so they're both essentially falling. And basically, whoever falls out of the ring loses, right? Well, technically they're both out of the ring because they're up in the air and the ring is destroyed. So whoever reaches the ground first loses. And just as when Tien Shinhan was about to hit the ground, because like Goku was just barely higher than he is, a truck hits Goku and then Goku hits the ground first. I remember being so angry about that. Little would I know, the worst was actually yet to come in terms of what the next story arc is. Oh, boy. It's just so... It's so weird, just like how far Dragon Ball as a franchise has come. Like, there are so many instances when Akira Toriyama really wanted to or should have ended the series, but it never happened, either because there was more to tell, or in the case of the Majin Buu saga, and technically Super, if you want to be really technical, fans demanded more. And actually, I don't think I've ever really talked about what my thoughts of Dragon Ball as it is now. Considering that I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and technically Dragon Ball 2, it was pretty much out of order because Dragon Ball Z came to the United States first. Considering I'd seen it all, and even GT, oh yeah, I saw GT. Personally, I don't really hate it as much as a lot of fans do. Anyway, considering I saw all that, I was fine with how it ended. I mean, it was a blessing in disguise that... Well, here's the thing. Back in 2009, I think, Sony came out with that terrible Dragon Ball Evolution movie, and then Akira Toriyama was like, no, I don't want people to remember my franchise like this. So it was through Dragon Ball Evolution being bad that we got the blessing in disguise that was Akira Toriyama saying, let's make a Dragon Ball movie. And that was how we got Battle of Gods, and then Resurrection F, and then all of Super, and then Super Broly, and the manga's continuing. Seriously, between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and, like, animated shows that you get on Netflix, like Kid Cosmic and Centaur World, and just, like, the boom in anime, like shonen anime specifically, like Dragon Ball and One Piece, and even stuff I don't watch, like Jujutsu Kaisen and My Hero Academia. It is a great time to be a fanboy or a fangirl about any of that. And considering that more things nowadays are made by fans for the fans, I don't think it's going to show any signs of stopping. I mean, take a look at my videos, for example. You know, I don't really get that many views, but people watch them. They clearly like it. They want to call themselves fans. Go right ahead. I will not argue one way or the other. And I'm going to continue making these videos for them. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button. Follow me in the social platforms, notifications on YouTube. I'm very home to make this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Remember, you guys want to talk to channels, you can hear the link in the notes. I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.